All right, my turn. Can I hear me? Can I hear you?
La 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 la. Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
I can hear you. I'm kind of soft.
Probably want to
Maybe.
scooch forward or whatever you gotta do.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just talk right here.
Oh god.
Just like.
Damn. All right. I think that's
we're good.
I think that's the sign to hit get this episode going. So welcome back everyone for this rendition of the Hypecast with yours truly as always, Sean, aka Hawk525, with the co-host as always, Zawardo or Zawa in the mix here.
Hey everybody. Oh, you forgot to hit the boarding pass.
Oh yeah. Could you do that for this time?
Oh, I'll hit the boarding pass. That is not the boarding pass.
Oh well. That's one. That's one way to start it. All right, there we go. All right, now we're on board. There we go. All right.
And then we slam into the Kabuki theater.
Yes, and then we proceed the slamming into the theater of the Kabuki. Anyway, so so we do have some stuff to talk about. Not so much on fighting games and stuff like that, but we do have at least one thing important to talk about. But the other is for those who do follow a certain live service game that's coming up from WB, because they're doubling it down on that anyway. So and we do have something wonderful to talk about by the end of it with the movie and stuff like that. Certainly not a big G or anything like that. So anyway, so very, very happy Sunday. So yeah. Anywho, again, hope everyone's been doing good. This past week, daylight savings is on, so
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Right, because not everyone in the United States does daylight savings, which I think it's ridiculous. Why would we have that still? I think we should get rid of that. And I thought we were going to get rid of that, but I guess that was just rumors or something, because there was supposed to be some sort of bill or whatever to pass or rather prohibit or take away daylight savings, because it's pointless at this point.
Yep.
Because daylight savings was for the early times, right? Whenever people like Benjamin Franklin were around and shit like that. So over 200 years ago. So that's very archaic at this point. We need to get rid of that, because it is it's actually kind of problematic. But
it's problematic and it's very obsolete.
Yes.
When you think of it.
Yes.
Though we have to kind of be considerate of the Amish. They still.
Well, isn't that the archaic thing? But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Still. Anywho, daylight savings is on. No matter what, I guess, for this year at least. At the end of the day. But that also means daylight is a lot longer now. It's getting there. We're getting longer daylight, so that's good. At least for me anyway. I like longer daylights or daytimes. And yeah, we're at that point in the year again. So it is. We're already in the middle of March, so we're really like cruising through. Some of us are already done with Final Fantasy Rebirth. I'm not referring to any of us here, but like people playing it, the hardcore people are already done with it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like barely in like chapter 7 or 8, so do you know how many chapters are there?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm along for the ride, and
Okay.
I'm taking my sweet ass time.
Yeah. I'm just doing whatever I can. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I am enjoying it though. I'm still enjoying it. but I do see the drawbacks of Rebirth. Like some of the side quests are pretty filler, I would say, very filler. Even though some of them are supposed to be like something for your companions, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish there was an indicator instead of the green little box to say it's a side quest. I wish there was a small indicator, like if you do this, this is Barrett's, Barrett's side quests.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do
yeah.
this, this is Tifa's.
Like
at
green,
least you can,
at least like a green star or something, right? Like something.
or they're like it's the marker, but then you see your party member's face on it. It's like, oh, if I do this quest, it's
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Instead of like you're just grabbing all of them and going like, okay, what have I?
But I think like the content within a lot of those the side quests is feeling like filler. Like it doesn't really serve anything. It doesn't really even add too much to, Cloud or, I mean, obviously for the companion quests it kind of does, but the way you get there, it's like not as fun as it should be. It should have been. It could have been, right? Definitely. So, I do see the cons of it. So it's like, yeah, the main stuff is great, but the stuff in between can be hit or miss. So,
I mean, I'm just like doing the side quest is just there, and then on one end you can look like, I'll just do the side quest. So when you go against the mid boss and the final boss, you're kind of like wiping the floor with things like,
yeah, it's definitely there to get the experience, the party experience and all that stuff, but again, like getting there, right, it's like a kind of a chore almost. It's like you have to do this because it gets you the XP or that reward or whatever you want, by the end of it. But yeah, getting there is definitely an important part as much as the end part of it, right? Like, or of course the main storyline. I mean, Yakuza does a really good job with that because a lot of those side quests are really fun. They're funny. It's such a contrast from the main storyline, where this main storyline for Yakuza or Like a Dragon nowadays, right? It's so stark. Like it's very serious for the most part, with some comedic touches here and there. But the side quests for those games, they go unhinged. They have a lot of fun with it, right? They go just kind of bonkers at times. So I do like those sort of designs there. But here it's like
I was gonna bring up one of the side missions in Like a Dragon / Yakuza is when Kiryu was helping out. Well, I guess at the time when the game was made, they didn't really call them transgender people, but it was like that one
Okama, like it's kind of basic Okama, right? Yeah.
Okay. I think it was 2 or 4, one of them, but he pretty much helped out the Okama, and they were like, down on their luck, and he's like, just be you, only you can, bring yourself happiness. Screw everyone else. Don't listen to it. I'm like, all right, everyone, this is why Kiryu is the best. He cares about you, and he doesn't give 2 shits what you are, as long as you're happy.
Yeah. It's the content, the story of it, and it's just the side quest is, like very, very, giving, or it brings out more of Kiryu's character. It contributes to why, again, Kiryu is such a popular character, right? But again, I don't want to sound like a broken record here with Final Fantasy, right? It doesn't really do much, right? Besides the companion side quests, but it's again, it's a very hit or miss situation in that area, which is a pretty prominent part in these like JRPGs. So you gotta have good side quests as well as the main storyline, of course. that being said, the main storyline so far, it has been very engaging and entertaining to say the least. So yeah, but I will say though, Queen's Blood is very addicting. I do like that game or mini game. So
apparently Square wants to make that real,
or at least people want it to be real, and you know,
yeah.
and Square is like, hey, you know, what's your ideal deck or what's your ideal set of cards or whatever. So, and yeah, and then, you know, kind of like what you're pointing to. There is a surprising number of people who want that to be like a mobile game or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't be against that personally. You know, I want to kind of see how that pans out, and then that could be their live service games, and as a way to bring in some supplemental money, and then hopefully that'll help out with, you know, at least some game development in the future, right? And it's not like offensive. It's not like you know, tearing or staining this IP's name or anything like that. It's a spin-off. It's a mini game, or based off a mini game, and it's a card game, right? So it's like, you know, it could potentially be very helpful, and everyone will be winners. It's kind of situation at the end of the day. So, anyways, don't want to carry on too long. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth still at this point is still great, I think. Not perfect, but great, I would say. Yeah. So anyways, let's go into the fighting game side of things.
In that corner.
This battle is about to explode.
There we go. So anyways, we do have one fighting game to talk about. You know, the Smash-like clone, which is a Multiversus. They came out with a very informational sort of video regarding to where it's at right now, what's happening, what is happening, when is it coming out, and all that stuff. So
Take one, Mark. Camera set and action. Hi everyone, I'm Tony, game director of Multiversus and co-founder.
hold on here, let me try to up the volume.
Yeah,
there we go.
I'm excited to share that our free-to-play platform fighter, Multiversus, is launching on May 28th.
Okay, right away with the release date.
Your feedback, we've learned a lot from our open beta. We've been hard at work.
Oh, you don't say.
I'll give you a sneak peek of what we've been up to. From day one, we set out to make a game that not only
I'm sorry, what was that Superman glide? It was
to make some
They really slowed it down, didn't they?
Here at PFG,
Yeah.
it's always been our aspiration to make a platform fighter that you'll love as much as we do. We've been working hard on a variety of changes and updates to deliver an improved gameplay experience, so let's get into it. A core aspect of Multiversus is our wealth of iconic characters in the game, with fun-filled competition set against the backdrop of reimagined universes and
the
environments.
question is,
So I'm happy
which
to
I hope
say
he brings
we'll
up,
be adding some really exciting, brand new personalities.
what happened to those that drop money? Are you going to give them compensation or shit?
I don't know.
We moved to Unreal Engine.
Where's the kaboom?
Visuals and character lighting. So in other words, Shaggy sandwiches have never looked better.
So yeah, they changed the Unreal Engine to 5 now instead of 4.
We rebuilt the game from the ground up
I
to
mean,
support our new
yeah,
features,
because
provide consistent,
a lot of
world-class
people
online play.
a lot of companies are
Mm-hmm.
And
ditching.
Yep.
will be delivered with pinpoint accuracy. There'll be consistent game performance no matter what platform you're playing on.
Rollback netcode updated.
Combat mechanics for each character, putting more skill expression in your hands.
New moves apparently.
Can't wait to see what you come up with.
The balance of power is restored.
One of the things we're most excited to announce is a brand new PvE mode that'll offer a new way to play outside of competitive PvP. This new mode will
New
introduce
mode?
additional ways of playing with unique rewards.
I'm ready for more.
Lastly, we're thrilled to announce that we'll soon be launching the Illudium Q36 explosive space modulator that'll destroy the Earth once and for all.
Marvin, stop hacking the teleprompter.
Fuck you, Earthman. I will destroy you all.
We'll be sharing a lot more details in the coming weeks. From all of us at Player First Games and Warner Brothers Games, we cannot wait to play Multiversus with you on May 28th. Until then,
The end.
guys, I wasn't done.
Sorry, Doc.
Yeah, so basically upgraded visuals. They have a new mode. They're updating the rollback netcode. Of course, the characters are going to go through some patch notes, right? You know, changes, new moves, overhauling some of the characters, I'm assuming anyway. And yeah, so, you know, and of course it is releasing by the end of May. So not too far away, but it's been a pretty peculiar history so far. You know, we thought the game released, right? But I guess that whole time during summer, that was a huge beta test. Although they had that in-game or the microtransactions going on, right? Like you're, you know, kind of asking like what, you know, what's the status on the people who actually spend money and stuff like that. So, you know, they didn't really address that. They didn't really mention about that. You know, so it is a little weird that they actually let people do that, even though by the end of that, it was just a giant beta test, and then they just went offline for like what, you know, 6+ months or something like that, around there. Yep. But you know, now they come out with this news, which is a little relieving or alleviating, whatever. And for those who actually like the game, I actually enjoyed the game for what it was. You know, I played it with you know, a couple of people and stuff like that, which is you know, it was fun at the time, although I started to notice that the netcode started to like kind of hit the fan a little bit. But you know, for the core gameplay aspect of it, it was fun. It's a good take on the sort of Smash formula, if not better in some other areas, right? Or to some degree. It's a little more updated, whereas, you know, Smash Brothers kind of like stuck to the formula because there's nothing really like it or something to compete with, you know. Kind of like in that game, kind of like with the Genshin situation right now. You know, there's nothing really competing with Genshin, so that's why, in a way, Genshin is not gonna really change anything, unfortunately. But you know, because there's not really anything motivating those changes, you know, like from other games to compete in that market. But with Multiversus, maybe that will shake up the sort of the platform fighter formula a little bit once you know, Smash Bros comes back for, you know, whatever Switch console or new Nintendo console of that time. But anyways, so hopefully that'll be the case, and then by the time this game comes out, we get to see more characters as they come along, right, or go along, and you know, really tap into the Warner Brothers property, right? Like they've been so, you know, adamant about, you know, especially with Warner Brothers themselves, you know, they feel like they got that big dick energy. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna you know, double down on live services and all that shitty stuff. I mean, if you're gonna do it, then do it right, at least, right? You know, it's one thing to go live service, but to have a good live service game or a bad live service game, that definitely makes or break, you know, that situation, right? I mean, we play a number of live service games ourselves, you know, so live service games of itself is not the issue. It's, you know, well, for one, if you take a pre-existing game, like let's say the Arkham games, right, and then you just try to make it into a live service game via Suicide Squad and not even doing it right, that's like a huge L right there, you know. So I feel like Multiversus will be one of those games that will potentially be a good live service platform, but they got to do it right, you know, like I said. So, you know, as much as I like the core game of it, I mean, if they're not gonna do the live service well, then someone like me can fall off real quickly. So, you know, we'll see about that. Any comments that you wanted to throw in about Multiversus, other than the concerns for those who already throw in the money?
Yeah, besides the concerns, and it's more like I want to see it succeed, but then, you know, with all the shit Warner Brothers has been doing in the back line and in the front line, it's like, how long is it gonna be till, you know, they fuck it up, Warner Brothers?
Yeah, that's the
That's the
real, yeah, the real $1 million question, right? You know, literally.
Or is it like because it's properties they know they it sells well, they're not gonna touch it.
Hold on, let me get rid of this stupid little bar thing, right? There we go. All right. Any other thoughts to throw in there, or
Well, when they come to the live service for this game, I can kind of see a battle pass, but it's going to be wonky as fuck.
well, they already had a battle pass
Yeah,
going,
they
but
had it.
yeah.
But was it like good? Like, what did you get in there?
You do get skins out of it, and then you do get the what do you call the variant skins, which means you do possibly have different voices that come along with that. So it's I think it was like Jake or something that had a different skin or variant skin, one of them anyway, and had a different voice that goes along with that. And then same with Shaggy. I forgot what that character's name was. It was like the more regal, fancy, rich, Shaggy's like cousin or something. Variant skin, and then his voice changed as well to Shaggington or whatever his name was, right? Or he had a different voice to it, so it's like, okay, you definitely have something going, but what about the rest of it, right? How are you gonna treat the what do you call the free to play people versus when you put money into it, when I guess you could call them whales or people who invest into the game, how are you gonna treat one or the other, right? And what's the content going to be like, as you play along in the game? Like, is it going to be a grind again? That's one of the big issues, is that when you want to go free to play, it takes such a long time to unlock each character, because each character takes a lot of currency just to each time. So that was kind of like a one issue that I had. I mean, sure, I can drop like the $60 and then maybe unlock everything or whatever at the time, but it was still a beta, so I didn't really feel like doing that. And then there you go. I mean, they kind of paid off because they went offline, right? So, but hopefully this time around they actually stay online for a good while anyway, and then let's see what the life expectancy is like, so but yes, with the battle pass, that is also a huge thing, right? Because that's a huge part of those live service as games, including, dare I say again, like Genshin, and of course with Honkai Star Rail, and then I'm surprised games like FGO haven't really attempted at a battle pass sort of a model at this point, when there's so many other gacha games that do it.
True, but I mean, when you think about it for FGO, since when it has the events, you stock up and you just pay out. So in a sense, it is a pseudo battle pass.
Pseudo, yes, but other gacha
like
games still, right. But the other games also do the events plus the battle pass, so it's like you get more out of it if you do, of course, yes, keep up with the game. So, and of course, yes, I mean, even we don't even have to talk about the gacha games. We can talk about Fortnite, right? That's a shooting game that we've been kind of been active until Final Fantasy came out. But in between that, right, like we were on Fortnite for quite a bit, and then right now they just came out with the Greek mythology event or season season. Yeah. I mean, I like the what do you call the legendary weapons, where you can like have the abilities, right? The thunderbolt and stuff like that, Zeus's thunderbolts and like all that fun stuff. that's a live service game done right, you know, and I dare say very right, you know. So hopefully Multiversus kind of taps into that sort of level of live service eventually. And again, hopefully they come out with all these characters, right? You have a huge library of characters that can fit right into Multiversus. I mean, there's been that leak, quote unquote, you know, that mentions, you know, Gandalf, even Godzilla, and like so on and so forth, right? You know, of course, Harry Potter. I mean, I think that's a given. I mean, Harry Potter has to make it in there. And then, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, they had that movie with the Space Jam 2 or whatever, and then, you know, they literally had all the background characters with so many with cameos and such like that. Of course, they have the Matrix and everything. So like, you know, if they're gonna double down on live service, do it right at least. So, you know, it's like you can kind of meet in the middle almost with the people who don't mind a good live service game, and of course you know, the corporate side of things where they get the money, right? You know, they can take a bath in $100 bills or whatever for all they care. But you know, as long as you give that in a good light, or in a good and put that in a good model then okay, fine. You know, I can turn the other excuse me, I can turn the other way if that's the case. So, all right, enough with that. Now we can talk about a very iconic character who is now being talked about in Street Fighter 6, and hopefully we'll get more out of it soon enough. It is Akuma indeed. We'll just go ahead and watch it again. I get Monster Hunter Rise out of this for some reason, you know?
Yeah. That's why I wish this was, you know, in Japanese, and with the person that was doing the lines in Rise.
Yeah.
Because it has that feeling that you just want to hear the
yeah.
That's how I touch everybody. You guys just gonna be like, the fuck?
Yep.
He's more of a fucking gorilla now.
Yeah.
I do like the outline. He has a Susano. He's one of the Uchihas.
Fists with ambition so great, they seek to soar beyond the very heavens.
It's kind of funny.
That screenshot.
When my friend saw that, he was like, "Wow, you're at the height level for him." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Really? You had to go there."
Yeah. The screenshot right now is kind of like the meme for this situation.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've seen the Eris meme where like someone like just basically cut this and then paste it onto Eris's room, and then put the green filter over it, so it looks like it's Eris. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, I mean, what do you make of this little teaser right here with Akuma? Akuma, yeah.
Well, again, I love that probably when he does his EXs, the outline of his demon form appears.
Yes. That could be a hint of like what his shtick is going to be overall for 6.
Yeah, his gimmick.
His gimmick, yeah.
I do like the ropes
Mm-hmm.
are like that. So aesthetically, he looks good.
Yes, he looks awesome. He looks. I think this. Yeah, this is what 5 was trying to go for. You know, with the lion mane kind of thing. But then you have that weird, stupid little knot on the top of it. Yeah, the little. It's not even the tail. It's like right on top of his head. So it looks like, I don't know, some weird
the man bun.
The little man bun, but it was like right on top of his head. So it looked really weird. Right, yeah, it's like a little flower or something.
He wanted to cosplay as a Moogle.
Yeah,
Just forgot to spray it red.
oh man.
No, just imagine fucking Akuma saying Kupo.
Oh my
I'll
god.
teach you the voice of the Satsui no Hano Kupo. He's like,
He does the pose. He's like all tiny and shit. Oh, that'd be cute. That'd be really cute. But no, I think though, yes, I think we would see a lot of the sort of that Susano sort of Oni kind of stuff, definitely within his like gimmick or something. But yeah, I think though he definitely is going to be very, very strong. Once again, low health, right, to compensate his kit.
Yeah, he's gonna be a glass cannon.
Glass cannon, yes.
I wonder, because of the rushes and the two different type of meters. Because you have your regular meter and then you have the rush meter.
Yes.
I wonder if you do the demon rush, it depletes both.
Oh yeah, you mean the raging demon? Yeah.
Yeah, the raging.
The raging.
I wonder if we do that, it depletes both.
Good question. Good question.
Hypermeter and your dash.
Yeah. The super meter and the drive gauge. I wonder if they both get used for the raging demon. Yeah, you're right. So I think they might do that, but make it really powerful. You know, pretty much like automatic, like half-life.
Kind of like, maybe it's like, now that I think of it, make it more powerful. Maybe it's like if both bars are full, one hit KO, right? But if it's like half here and you're at bar 2, it only does like 50%.
Maybe there's like 2 different versions or something. Like you maybe one to just use 1 gauge or something, or 3 versions I should say. One version to use either gauge, or if you want to go for the big dick, raging demon, then you can use both gauges and do more damage that way, right? But of course, the risk of either of them will be great, right? If you miss, then you're fucked, kind of thing. Or if you hit it, yeah, all right, big reward, right? Get a big hit on it, Question is though, visually anyway, I wonder if they'll change the raging demon again, right? Because in 5, you kind of can see what he's doing when it's supposed to be a black screen. He's just kind of punching you around, stuff like that. But maybe in this one, I don't know, maybe they'll make it look really badass or something. I don't know. Hopefully that's the idea anyway. But yeah.
Oh, what if like raging demon, you can hold it like to make it go slow, and then if you let go of the button, you just
you can you can kind of like feign it or fake it out, and then do it or something. Ooh, that'd be kind of yeah.
Like he's on the other side of the screen and you're right here. He's like, he sucks. He's like, what the fuck?
Or maybe to activate raging demon, that takes super meter, right? And then but when you want to just hold it, maybe that's depleting the drive gauge, right? You can like hold it, kind of fake the other person out, like, oh, I'm gonna jump or something, or I'm gonna do this, and then you can hold it to kind of like fuck up their rhythm or their timing of evading it, and then you can go for it and like let go, release, and then he does it, right? That'd be kind of an interesting idea to try to implement, but we'll see how that'll be utilized, right?
Are or for the last bit of this,
Mm-hmm.
because we see an outline of his demon. What if it's his, whatever you want to call this thing, this red aura, this demon?
Mm-hmm.
What if that's the one he sends out to do the raging demon?
Maybe, huh? He has like complete control over his inner demon. I hate to say it, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And then to the point where it's like his servant, you know, pretty much.
Yeah, it can manifest.
Yeah. We do get a bit of like, you know, the story hints and stuff like that with Ryu kind of flashing in, right? He's like thinking about Ryu. Maybe you know, Ryu is in his head rent free or something. It's like, damn it.
See, that's when that's when I would be like to Akuma, I'd be like, bro, just ask him out already.
Ask him out.
About him too much, just ask him out already.
See, I
just
also,
like, bro, it's like, bro, you've been thinking about this guy since fucking the 90s. Get out already.
I just thought of it too. Like, you know, we have modern controls, right? I'm pretty sure the Raging Demon will not be implemented into modern controls. You have to do it manually.
Yeah.
I have to imagine, right? Because if you can just Raging Demon with like down and special button, that'd be stupid, you know. So I can imagine that not being an automatic input of or easy input of sorts, I should say. Yeah, I do like the pelt, the fur thing. Visually, meanwhile, right? I haven't really talked about his design. I don't mind the gray hair thing or the white hair thing. I mean, that's kind of like Shin Akuma, so I definitely don't mind it.
It's like, again, everyone, this motherfucker old.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I like this design. I think this was what 5 was kind of going for, but 6 definitely perfected it, you know. Now it looks like an actual like badass looking demonic lion thing, you know. Gorilla, yeah, if you will. And I also, not only I got Monster Hunter Rise vibes from it, I also got Ashura's Wrath sort of vibes from it too. So I kind of wish they like played with that more. And like you were saying, like I kind of wish they implemented some Monster Hunter stuff in here too, with the voice, right? That kabuki kind of, you know, that old Japanese theatrics voice. That would have been really cool to kind of like really spice up this teaser. But instead, they kind of went for the what's that narrator's name? That's on like all those nature documentary like films. Shit. You know, he's got that British accent, of course. It's like David something, I forget. Anyway, so.
Oh, the nature one.
Yeah, the nature documentary. Yeah, they got that kind of voice. Yeah.
Now I want to hear him going, as you see here, the Akuma, one of the most deadliest creatures on the entire planet.
That's what I kind of like getting with the voice right now. I mean, I understand he's trying to tell a story, but I get nature documentary out of that voice for some reason. I can't help it.
What if it's supposed to be Jamie fucking narrating what we're seeing?
Oh my god.
Hey yo.
Right. I mean, they could have easily brought in Luke, you know, to talk about Akuma, but no, they had to give him something different, a little more unique, right? Because it is Akuma, right? So, you know, he's kind of like the Sephiroth of Street Fighter, you know, that badass sort of like this walking destruction kind of villain / anti-hero almost, you know. Not to say that Sephiroth is an anti-hero, but you know what I mean. So anyway, so well, I don't know. Maybe they'll make Sephiroth into anti-hero in 3 or something. I'm just throwing out some crazy theories or whatever what could happen. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, I like this Akuma. I think he looks pretty cool. He's coming in spring 2024. There's more to come, of course. I mean, I really wonder like how his air fireball is gonna look or do. Are they gonna have even implement like Goken aspects, like because Goken can throw the anti-air fireball, right? Like a diagonal fireball, if the, you know, for those who remember. So maybe Akuma can have it now, maybe, I don't know, because I don't know if they'll ever put in Goken again, because I think Goken's supposed to be dead or something, I forget. I'm kind of foggy on the lore on that part, but yeah. So maybe Akuma can have the anti-air fireball, you know, and not only that, the jumping fireball as well. And well, you know, what are his supers gonna be like? Is just gonna be like a standard, like, oh, he has a super fireball thing, and oh, he has a super shoryuken thing too, along with the super tatsumaki or whatever, or hurricane kick. Or are they gonna actually implement some of the things from 5 into here, you know, give them an install of sorts, some sort of powered up state or something, kind of like with Blanca right now, and then Jury as well, so on and so forth, right? Same with Jamie, you know. Is he gonna have charges? Is he able to hold charges of sorts, like kind of like Ryu with the Denjin stuff, right? I mean, you know, definitely plenty of ideas. You know, he's supposed to be like the best Shoto, like the craziest Shoto, but we'll see. We'll see how they'll handle Akuma in here. But I wonder though how they're going to implement his story, because, you know, because everyone has a smartphone, right, to talk to you. Yeah. Is Akuma gonna have a smartphone?
It's gonna be a like a raven or something.
Like a messenger raven. Yeah, yep. That would be kind of funny. Or maybe yeah, okay. Maybe it's just like a bird or something, I don't know. But if it's an actual him actually using a smartphone too, that'd be oh man, that'd be so funny. He's gonna
also thinking, like,
oh, go ahead.
Maybe like, because again, at this point in time for Akuma's life training, he should have mastered like over, you know, his fighting technique and stuff. So instead of, you know, actually doing like a Hadouken, you know, move like this, he just
maybe just punches it out. Ooh, maybe.
Yeah. Because wouldn't that look kind of cool when you're in the air and you do the multi punch, and that's how all the purple Hadoukens like pop out?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. And that could be a possibility, right? He's such a master at this point. He just throws it out. He punches it out. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. So, plenty of questions. Oh yeah, the stage though, the background, that looks really cool. I mean, I get Monster Hunter vibes, you know, and such like that. Kind of, almost kind of, you know, of course, obviously like Japanese mythology sort of thing going on. I like the blue and the red, obviously. I just wonder how it will look in actual practice, whether it'll be a band stage or not, I don't know. But I'm assuming anyway this is going to be the stage that comes along with Akuma, though. I mean, if we are going to get a new stage, because I don't think we've been getting new stages with each character. Yeah, I don't think so, right? Because Aki didn't get one. Ed definitely didn't get one. Rashid didn't get one. So I guess Akuma could be the one to have a stage to go along with that. I'm not too sure. If this is a stage, that is. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be a stage, but possibly cool idea because it is referencing, I think, something from old Street Fighter lore. But anyway, it's so funny. You get there is more Monster Hunter than one can expect, but I guess it can't be helped because Monster Hunter is so popular at this point. I think, in fact, there was or is a Monster Hunter collab right now with Street Fighter. It's just, of course, just the Avatar stuff once again, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think that's really all we can say for Akuma for right now, just from this teaser. So yeah, good stuff from Capcom. Keep it up. Hopefully, he'll be fun. He'll be great in the competitive side of things. If it's going to be a lot of Akumas, I'm actually fine with that. For some reason, I think it's because Akuma does come with risks, which is why I don't mind seeing him. Whereas Luke and you got the Kens, right? You got the JPs, that's like okay. But Akuma, though, he's got some sort of backing behind him in some ways. So I personally wouldn't mind seeing a lot of Akumas kind of taking over the Lukes and the Kens and all that stuff. But yes, I guarantee you though, yes, Akuma is going to shake up the meta a little bit at least. So yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and move on from fighting games to the front line. Yes, indeed. So,
yeah,
pretty unfortunate for this one for those who are fans of Squid Games. So this actor who played the old man, right? We kind of know him from
the ringleader.
Yeah, ringleader. Yes. He.
Or I'm sorry, was that a spoiler? How long has
it's actually been a while, huh? Like a long while. Yeah. So but anyway, yes, unfortunately Oh Young-soo has been found guilty of sexual misconduct and will serve an 8-month suspended prison sentence, and he will also serve 2 years of probation along with 40 hours of sexual violence education of sorts. And of course, he already is trying to appeal it to deny the charges or whatever. So, yeah, you hate to see that, pretty disappointing if it is all true. But I mean, I guess it is for right now because he was found guilty for it. Stuff in Korea, man, it can be pretty rough though when it comes to that stuff. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, again, I'm not an expert on South Korea law, so
Yeah, right. And of course with culture, right, that's very
yeah. So, I don't know. I can't say anything, but yes, it is disappointing, and it's a very damning picture that they used.
I know.
for this.
Yeah, that's a number of people actually had commented on this particular thing too, like the pictures, like right. Of course,
Like,
this is from
not helping.
Yeah, the Exerto is definitely not helping the situation at all. I mean, they really love to sort of like capitalize on the situation of things. So yeah, for the sake of the clicks and all that stuff, right? I mean, hey, if it works, then they'll definitely double down on that, right? Yeah, I mean, but when you remember the story, right, for those who did watch Squid Games, is he going to be around that much longer, his character, right? I mean, I don't think so, right? So,
Because, what was it? His character kind of died. I
think he died, yeah. Or he's about to die.
Yeah, he was he was already at his deathbed when we saw him again.
I believe so, right? Like by the end of the story, he was in his bed. So
And he was kind of gloating, right? Like, yeah, I did all this because I already knew I was gonna die.
yeah. So I mean, I hate to say it like this, but it's like you know, the show can go on, right?
Yeah.
Without this character, as much as he was, yes, like he was a very important character, therefore very memorable, right? In the story, and of course that comes along with this actor's face and all that stuff. But you know, again, is he going to be around that much longer? I don't think so. So it's like, yeah. I think the show, I think the series can move on without this actor. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I'm not like too tied up about it, you know. So, but nonetheless, though, I am disappointed to see that, though, definitely, at least to a degree. You know, again, you hate to see it, but. You think the cool people, man, the people you think they're cool, but you know they always have something behind them, right? Like they got something behind the mask or some shit, you know. So you know it's like that saying, right? Never meet your heroes, you know, that type of stuff, right? We've talked about that stuff before. There's been you know, with voice actors in Japan, even, you know, they kind of have sort of their true colors, kind of. Funny enough, we were just talking about, you know, Final Fantasy early on. Cloud's voice actor, right? We talked about this. He was found caught cheating on his wife, so he had an affair. So I'm not sure, like, if he is back on the field already, or he, you know, is still considered gone or whatever, for whatever, however long he is gone. You know, I'm not sure how that works in Japan, but from what I can see, you know, depending on obviously depending on how popular you are, they tend to like come back, you know, and so, you know, kind of like move on from, like, you know, that situation as if, you know, not much has happened. I mean, they kind of like do really play into the like, this was a oh yeah, you know, I made a mistake kind of thing. I'll, you know, try to do my best to be better about it kind of thing. Whereas if you're in America or something, you're more likely to get canceled, or, you know,
or blacklisted.
Exactly, right? When it comes to cheating, that is, right? This is a little different, obviously. This is misconduct, so, you know, that's a whole nother story. But when it comes to that situation, right, affairs and all that stuff, it's handled kind of differently depending on the culture, the country, the nation or you're in, you know, that's that all that in between. So who knows? I mean, maybe he can come back, something, you know, as if nothing happened. You know, I don't know how South Korea works, but in Japan, you kind of can come back and get away with it, almost, quote unquote, you know. There have been a number of voice actors, especially on the male side of things, that kind of like had the luxury to be able to come back. But yeah, anyway, that's that. If we don't have any more comments about that. Okay, so this one, I forgot to talk about them during the bit last week or last episode about, you know, Rooster Teeth shutting down, right? Funhaus, of course, is getting shut down along with them, because, you know, for those who have forgotten, Rooster Teeth, I don't know if buying them out was the right term for it, but the Funhaus joined sort of like the Rooster Teeth umbrella, right? And then Rooster Teeth got bought by Full Screen, and then Full Screen got bought by this company, and that company got bought out by fucking Time Warner. Therefore, Warner Brothers, right? So there's a big fucking buyout thing going on with that whole thing. But so yes, Funhaus. I was gonna just play it in the background. Basically, we had this live stream, and obviously talking about that. Yes, they are also shutting down as well, because Rooster Teeth of itself is shutting down. And I believe I made a mistake in the last one. I think I said that, oh yeah, they're still going with the podcast and stuff like that. Yes, that is technically true, but they're winding down, right? And they're transitioning out to being shut down. So it's not like they're continuing with these little shows, they're just shutting down altogether, right? So that's what I wanted to get cleared out. Very unfortunate, with Rooster Teeth. But Funhaus, yes. Now when you look at this live stream, right, this is where they're at right now. And when you look at this, especially depending on who you are, it's like, wow, that's so different, right? I mean, there's barely anyone I know. The only people I know left, personally for me, is James on the very left of that front couch. Elise, kind of diagonal from James. She's above, one step to the right, in a white hoodie there, or white and gray hoodie. That's James's wife, Elise. I know her. And then the newest quote unquote member I know is Jacob on the very, well, I don't know if he's newest, because he was there before. He was an intern, and then he became a full-fledged member. Kind of a little bit on one step to the right. He has a beard, little beard. And then Omar came in when I was an intern at Funhaus at one point, that year of 2016. He came in as an editor, and then he, I guess at some point when I graduated or left, he became the supervising producer. So he became a top member at that point, because he has the experience, I believe, or assume. So anyways, yes, Jacob, Omar, James, and Elise are the only people I know left at this point. And then all these new, the rest of them, I have no idea who they are. There are also a couple of other couple of people I thought would be staying, but they left as well. Times definitely have changed for Funhaus as well. Difference though is that I think they did a better job with their content, whereas Rooster Teeth kind of fell apart way harder. But let's take a look at their numbers, right? I mean, yeah, look at that. They have like stuff in the, around the 50Ks at this very point. 44, 46, 70, a little closer to 100K, whereas, Rooster Teeth, barely hits like 10K or something like that, if I can remember correctly. Point being, I think they did a better job being consistent, whereas Rooster Teeth, they're very, very personality driven. So when key people left, it started to fall apart. Very, very, it became very, very apparent. Yeah, see, look at their content, right? Only some of them hit 40K, but that's only because they have like the Rooster Teeth name in it. Whereas if you look at the rest of their content, right? Yeah, look at that. They barely hit 10K, not even like halfway to 10K, And look at Funhaus, very recent videos, right? 3 days ago, 5 days ago, they're still hitting around 40K, almost to 50K. This one hit much closer to somewhere in the 75K, right? And then so on and so forth. So it goes to show that they were able to be more consistent despite even having key people leave, right? With like Bruce, Lawrence, Adam Kovic, and then so on and so forth. And those are very key people for Funhaus, right? But they left, and yet they were able to hold it down a lot better than Rooster Teeth was able to, It's funny, yeah. Look at, you can see the Rooster Teeth name underneath Funhaus, right? Like that's really goes to show of where they were. But at the end of it, right, Funhaus people at Funhaus were on top of the game by the end of it. But unfortunately, they're shutting down because of what Warner Brothers were seeing them as. Like they just couldn't bring in the numbers by the time they were bought out. So yeah, which is
you can tell the difference between how Funhouse, as you are going on, explain Rooster Teeth and Funhouse. One stuck to what they knew, is good hitters. One experimented too many times.
Yeah.
And I guess like some of those experiments hit, but they just kept trying to go like, maybe if we did this, maybe with that. It's like, no, let's just stop.
Yeah, like as we were seeing last week, the only stuff that was hitting was the animated stuff, right? Like the shorts, the stuff from the podcast, so on and so forth. Because that was like the only thing remotely Rooster Teeth left. Whereas Funhouse, like you're kind of alluding to, mostly stuck to their guns. Like they were doing all the familiar stuff, like demo disc, and just like, I don't know, they still brought in that same or similar vibe that they had with Funhouse. So, it didn't really necessitate people like Bruce, Lawrence, and Joel. I forgot to bring in Joel, sorry. Joel and Adam and stuff like that. And yes, they had big personalities too. Like they're very much, iconic on the screen or on the video or what you want to call it. But no, they still were chugging along. They were able to still bring in pretty good numbers in comparison. It really goes to show of how people handled their stuff, right? Sticking to their guns and stuff like that, always like sticking to who they were and stuff like that. Whereas Rooster Teeth, they have these like weird like comedy skits and whatever. They have all these people, and of course the writing was very different. They became like kind of like everyone else, but subpar even. So it's like a lesser version of what's even lesser nowadays, right? So it's like a bad version of what we cringe at, It's like,
yeah,
it sucks. But I'm sure a lot of that does play from being bought out, going corporate with Warner Brothers, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers like, hey, do this, do that, or whatever. But for the most part, but then like, you have Funhouse being able to somehow stick it through and being themselves by the end of it, right? So yeah. Man, it's harder to actually look at Omar because he's definitely feeling the situation, very emotional and stuff like that. It sucks. I do understand, it's a tough situation. As much as when I was an intern, I was like, man, I really wish I was I really became part of the team or whatever. And but to see it end like this, like, I don't know, would I have been sad? Yeah, to a degree, of course, but like, it definitely, it's the journey along that, the journey that happened along the ride, right? It's not where it's at now, but what you got from the journey of itself, right? And so I don't know, I mean, it's definitely hard to say like where I would have been at if I was picked somehow. But when I was intern though, they were great. They were great to work with. They were funny. They were nice people. They were reasonable people, right? They were strict on things that were need to be strict. you know, very disciplined, even though like, you know, on camera they're like a bunch of goofballs or whatever, and you know, they're you know, they know how to do business, right? And they're not stupid, or they're not, you know, goofy or fuck around or anything like that. They know what they're doing, and it goes to show, right? When you see when you see those numbers on the homepage in comparison to Rooster Teeth, they know what they're doing. They're smart, intelligent, and they were able to stick it out by the end of it. So at least in comparison to Rooster Teeth, anyway. So it was a pleasure to be an intern for them. It really shows. It really shows what they were capable of, and you know, all that stuff. Very talented people. So it was a pleasure to intern for them. So yeah, it definitely sucks though. They're gonna go away. You know, that Funhaus name is going away. I mean, I remember them, you know, from the very beginning as Inside Gaming, and then they changed the name to Funhaus, right? And then it kind of like went up from there, and then they got merged with Rooster Teeth and stuff like that, and nothing really changed, right? For Funhaus, it's very, very weird, right? Whereas when Rooster Teeth got bought out by what was it, Full Screen, and then that whole buyout thing with Warner Brothers, you know, it started to change for sure, along with people leaving and all that stuff. It definitely started to change. I think too though, to be fair, I think the work culture at Rooster Teeth was really shitty. I hate to say it, but it was really shitty, and I think that was a very key point that caused all this too. I heard the HR with Rooster Teeth was really bad about that too. Whenever they reported whenever they reported any wrongdoings, right? A number of them, all they did was like laugh at them, like nah, you know, kind of thing. So you kind of can definitely see,
I think, from what now I'm remembering, I think Rooster Teeth was very heavy on the nepotism.
Yeah, so all those things definitely add up to this, right? Them shutting down, the work culture being bad, and people leaving, right? I think it all rooted from just like egos and all that stuff. Like man, we're on top of the game or whatever. Yeah, and to be fair, they were you know, the go-to for gaming content at the time, right? I mean, you know, they had everything, a lot of things going, like, you know, Ruby, and then all those shows like Achievement Hunter and all that stuff. But again, I hate to sound like a broken record, you know, more people came out, you know, up and coming, right? You know, more streamers were popping up, VTubers were popping up, just people just evolved, right? Whereas Rooster Teeth kind of didn't. Or at least, yeah.
It not really stayed the same, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier. They experimented too much, and they lost their way.
Yes, yeah.
Sad to say it, but not kind of sad to say it.
Right. It's definitely not surprising, right? When you really think about in the broad spectrum of things, but it's still sad to see, because you hate to see it go, right? It's just one of those things. From your not teenhood, but like early adulthood, let's just say, or childhood for some people, right? Depending on where you are. But yeah, man, it sucks. You know, I dare I say it again, you hate to see it, you know. Again, a lot of it, I say, comes from the toxic work culture. And then that causes people leaving, and then when people left, it's like, oh, we lost our way, you know, kind of thing. And then you saying, you know, yeah, they experimented too much because they didn't have the key people to do the experimenting or to do the new shows, right? Because I know even Funhaus was trying to do something new too, and some of them stuck, but some of them didn't. But then that's the thing, though. They knew what they're doing, right? So that's why they're here.
The once they found out, oh shit, this is not working. Okay,
Yeah.
trash them. Don't try and fix it. Just not working, not working.
Yeah. It's very different, right? Like, it's very different from the angle of being in the studio and then watching them actually do it versus just seeing it on your video screen or on your computer or phone or whatever. It's very different, of course. Yeah, that's why they have those behind the scenes stuff, right? Because it provides some sort of different perspective on things. But of course, being there, obviously, you definitely get to see a whole different perspective, right? Of how things work, how things are produced, how things come out to that end result. So it definitely was an eye-opener for me when I was an intern. And I can definitely see overall, again, that those people were very talented. They knew what they're doing. And I can imagine from what I've been, all the things I've heard from Rooster Teeth, it would have been a little bit more on the opposite, right? So yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe someday, Funhaus, the guys from Funhaus can come together again and do something. But right now, people like Bruce and Lawrence, they're kind of doing their own thing right now. Even of course, if you remember, Alana Pierce was part of Funhaus for a little bit, or Rooster Teeth, but
yep.
She had her thoughts about this whole thing, and yeah, it's just sad one or the other, I don't want to go on this sad train again like last week, but it's the reality that happens, and things come to an end eventually. So who knows, right? Like whenever you see your favorite sort of YouTube group or content creator ending their thing, I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, MatPat, right, from Game Theory, it just ended his Game Theory run, and I believe is doing something else, if not at all, anything at all. So, things come to an end, as much as we hate to see it, right? So that's what happens. That's what definitely happens. It's kind of like scary to see or say that these like YouTube groups or content creator groups or companies, it's hard to say like how long these things can sustain, right? Because things change so fast, right? Like the culture, what people are interested in, can those people adapt to those changes? It's hard to say. That's why it is scary to have stuff like this as your main income, being a YouTuber, being a content creator, and being part of a content creating company, because it's so volatile, right? It's just things can just go poof someday or just like that. Especially when YouTube fucks things up too, like all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, by the way, you can't say this word, or you can't do this and this and that. Same with Twitch, right? Like, oh, we're gonna cut your subscription income thing by 50% or whatever. Again, it's like, you know what I mean? Things can change on the whim, and things can fall apart real fast.
Yep.
So, all right. Anyway, that's it for the Rooster Teeth bit or Funhaus bit right here. But I definitely wanted to at least mention Funhaus, because I think they definitely deserve it. As someone who did actually intern with them rather than intern at Rooster Teeth. So, all right. To wrap up the front. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna just add it. Isn't it funny when you think about it? Remember how it was you, me, Keeters, and other graphic artists. We wanted to work for
Blizzard.
I kind of wanted to Blizzard.
Riot.
I wanted to work for I wanted to work for Rooster Teeth when Monty was there, so I can learn from him how to do just three 3D modeling.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fight
yeah,
scenes
yeah.
and stuff. And then
Absolutely.
once rest in peace, Monty passed away. I kind of like, what, I'm gonna do my own thing. I
Yeah.
learn by myself,
Yeah.
which coincident, which is not funny, but more like shit. I could have done this years ago instead of getting a bachelor's degree. I could have just learned it myself and just throw it out there.
Right.
And in the 3D modeling stuff, I have dabbled. I haven't dabbled in it for a while, but it's hard at first. But then when I see my friends use Blender to make their VTuber models, it's like, wow, it looks like this program I did just a little bit advanced. It's probably going to take me maybe a month if I dedicate myself, and then I could be probably making like little short clips. But then I reminded myself, like, do I really want to keep my computer on for a whole day to just render a fucking 10-second fight scene? But because with technology nowadays and my rig fucking beefy, it probably will take like half
the time, maybe
half the time, or an overnight thing.
Yeah. You did.
Just wanted to bring that.
You did bring up a very funny point. Like, yeah, we definitely wanted to work all these companies, but all these companies turn out to be not a great place to work at, man. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, exactly, man.
I mean, okay, in a nice, perfect world, and if I had the drive, I still want to work for Disney, but only on their Marvel side.
Right.
Would it be for the the MCU live action, or would it be for the animated area?
Yeah.
I probably would like to do the animated area, because I also would like to like dabble in voice acting too.
Or just like hell, like the merchandising part too. Like, you kind of just design like shirts and shit like that, and then meanwhile you don't have to like deal with the whole like live action stuff that they go through, or all that, whatever. I mean,
yeah. Thinking about like again with Disney and some of the artists, from like the Renaissance era of Disney.
Right.
I just recently saw a tweet of someone saying like, I forgot the artist's name, which is gonna haunt me. He's the one that drew like for Jafar, Hercules, and other iconic Renaissance Disney characters.
Yeah.
And there the caption was like, there's a reason why you remember these characters and why they look hot to you. It's because this artist, and it doesn't mean that it was just the cherry on top. This artist, it's because it was drawn by a gay guy, and I was like, motherfuck, no wonder.
Interesting.
I was like, you know what? They got me. I feel the attack.
Interesting, yeah. But yeah, I mean, putting your 9 to 5 for these companies, man, it's oof. I mean, Blizzard, Versatile.
Just imagine that we did, both you, me, and Keters did work for Blizzard. We'll probably have to like be roomies and live in Irvine.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I asked my auntie, he's like, how much is Irvine? Like rent. And she's like, how much money do you got? I say, never mind. She looked dead to me in the face. Like,
no,
she lives in San Jose.
It's tough. Yeah, you gotta have a good job just to even have a decent living, man. It's just, or even live, to even live in
I mean, again,
Irvine.
like my auntie offered for me to rent at her place, but she lives again in San Jose, and she's like, how early do you want to wake up? I was like, why? you want to drive to Irvine? How early you want to wake up?
Oh, San Jose is like way up the fuck up there. It's like around San Fran and shit. So it's like, yeah.
That's why she was like, how how early you want to wake up.
Yeah.
He's like, it's about a 4-hour drive. I was like, what?
No way. Yeah, no way, Jose. I mean, no pun intended, but yeah.
No, all the puns intended. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No way. I forget what was in San Fran. Oh no, that's Twitch. Twitch is in San Fran, so maybe you could have worked in San Fran for Twitch, but that's also yeah. Kind of rough from what I've seen. I mean you could say that for like other shit too. I mean all the corporate companies, you know, Amazon especially, man. Jesus Christ. Anywho, all right. So one last thing for the frontline side of things, we have the yearly announcement of Summer Game Fest, excuse me, of course with Keeley. You know, same old Keeley, right? Being Keeley. Announcing that yes, it is coming back, starting from June 7th, and it will be same old fashion, right? Streams and all that stuff. And not much to it. So, because, you know, yeah, E3 is gone. That's another thing that ended, right? I mean, things don't, you know, that things coming to an end kind of thing. But is there stuff to replace that sort of thing? Oh, absolutely. You know, we've already have the content that we watch on YouTube, right? I mean, you know, there's definitely other content creators to go to, you know. Genshin is like, you know, huge, right? You know, it's not like Bruce Teeth would have been on Genshin. That'd be kind of weird. But anyway, so E3 is gone, and Summer Game Fest is kind of like that E3, you know, sort of. But
it just manifested.
Yeah. Manifested, but not packaged the way we wanted, right? You know, because Summer Game Fest tends to be like what, a month long, whereas E3 used to be like just a week long. So you can just like sit there and then get all the stuff you want to see and then just be done with, right? But Summer Game Fest is kind of like lingering. It's like, all right, just this stuff for one day, just this stuff for the other, and then I don't know, you know. Well, at least at least when it comes to the public event, that's like a week long. But like the rest of it, when it comes to those announcements, they tend to feel like scatterbrained. So it's kind of hard to like condense it, right? So
I know they're gonna have like the little segments, you know, like what was it, last year or last year they had those weird ass segments where it was like the company's representative will be like hyping up people, and then you just see the audience going like, yay, hurry up, or it got like cringy. I wonder if there's gonna be a teleprompter.
I think
a teleprompter saying "Hurry up,
hurry
up, get to your place." show the fucking trailer.
That shit so pisses me off, dude. Like, my God, man, why did that even fly during the Game Awards, man? It's just wow. That's all I can say. Like even I don't watch the Academy Awards, but I imagine like they handle that shit just fine, you know. Especially having to watch you know, the people who worked on Godzilla -1 definitely had enough time to, you know, talk everything, right? Anyway, we'll get there. So yeah, it's gonna be taking place at the YouTube Theater in LA. I guess, yeah, tickets will be on sale May 7th, so that's like still ways away for those who want to attend to the public stuff. Going there. And yeah, it'll be streamed, so I'll just enjoy it from there. So I'm not gonna make my way or go out my way to
you're not gonna go all the way to drive in that LA traffic.
God no. I hate driving in LA, bro. If it's for like food, like hanging out with friends, yeah, but going there by myself for stuff like this, nah.
You know, you need for stuff like this, you need company.
Yeah, for sure. You need a definitely go with friends for sure. Wingman, whatever you want to call it, you know, your clique. I don't know what you want to call it, man. But you need some sort of group to go there, I say. So, anyways, that's all done there for Frontline. But now, let's go to the games section. Let me bring up the soundboard again.
Wait, put in the quarter. Round quarter. It's like I'm gonna put it in the quarter.
Yeah, I know.
Round quarter.
Can you imagine an arcade machine for Wii Sports? That'd be so weird. That'd be very, very off-putting, so to say. Anyways, what also else is off-putting is this. Overwatch 2 definitely had the the collab with Cowboy Bebop. We saw the nice animated opening for it. It's just basically, you know, a remake, right, of the opening, the classic opening featuring I mean, it's basically the Cowboy Bebop characters, right? But with some elements of Overwatch characters, you know, like Spike Spiegel with Jesse McCree, and then Ash as Faye, right? And then you have, you have Sombra with Ed, so on and so forth. You know.
And I'm reading what this person Aubrey was saying. Overwatch does their collabs differently than other games. The skins aren't model swaps or anything. They are essentially the heroes cosplaying, which I think is pretty cute. Okay, I don't know if this person saw the other collab skins, or not really collab skins, but skins from other Blizzard games.
Yeah.
There's the Nova skin from StarCraft for Widowmaker.
Yes.
Widowmaker is not fucking cosplaying. That's actually Nova.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like the skin is different, the hair and everything. Like that worked like flawlessly.
Yeah, and I think, and for Barbarian, I think was Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
From Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you can say that's cosplaying, but also you could say like that's how a barbarian would look in Overwatch's universe.
Yes, in that the Overwatch style.
And then when you have like the comparison of in-game model versus the animated model, something got mistranslated with the face.
Yeah, I mean, where's the hat first off, right? We saw the hat in the animated thing, but where's the hat here, right? That's so weird.
Like, if we try click on the arrow right there.
Hold on.
See, look how slender and sleek Spike's face compared to like in model. It's like it's just McCree.
It's just McCree, yeah.
Also, again, Spike is supposed to be, fit skinny, like it's supposed to be fluid,
athletic,
like
slim, yeah. Not the biggest guy in the
Spike,
world.
Spike, you eat a little bit too much cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Yeah, I know. Or he ate way too much top ramen for sure. Way too much.
He hanged out. Well, I see Sonic over there. He ate too many chili dogs.
Yeah, for sure.
Like here, I can say this is cosplaying.
Right, but
I just don't get. I don't get the white.
That white hand, it's very.
Yeah, the white mechanical glove.
Yeah,
mechanical hand. Like,
I
don't get it. I know it's supposed to say Spike Spiegel, but I don't know why it's not blue, or just the color of his jacket.
Yeah,
because I know the swordfish is his is his gun,
Yeah.
and then the ignition key
Yes.
is right over there for the swordfish. I just don't know where this white glove. It's like that big ass elephant in the room is like, what are you?
Yeah,
What are you
I want to.
referencing?
Yeah, I want to say it's something from Cowboy Bebop, right? But I don't think it was like prominently white, or it's not. It's definitely not the ship or anything like that. So no, I can't really think of anything. You know. Yeah. I haven't seen anything else. Were there other screenshots of the other characters, or no? Is it just McCree for right now?
I think it's just. I think McCree is the one that's kind of like the most kind of jarring because yes, everyone from Cowboy Bebop is iconic, but when you think of Cowboy Bebop, it's immediately to Spike.
Yes, of course.
And to Steve Bloom's voice doing Spike's voice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything. Oh, okay. So okay. So there's
the in-game models. Yep.
Let me just mute. Okay.
Yeah, see, look. That's not cosplay. That actually looks like fucking Faye. If she was in Overwatch's world. Like cosplaying, like you would kind of see the features of the person cosplaying. Like, you would actually see like Widowmaker's like
purple skin.
Yeah. Not skin. Her facial structure.
Structure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Widowmaker with.
Oh, wait, that's not a Widowmaker.
Right. But I thought you were gonna refer to Widowmaker and Nova, right? So.
Yeah, and Nova, and I forgot there was another skin that Widowmaker did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this looks like yeah, how Faye would be like or look like almost in the Overwatch world. Maybe some tweaking, yeah, that's about it. But I mean, it does have Ash's shape of the with the shape of her eyes, but that's pretty much it. You know, and then but the skin and everything is very much Faye. And then the only other dead giveaway, of course, is the gun. But yeah, that's about it. You know, and then. Let's see if there's anything else to see. Oh, okay. And then see, Sombra looks not offensive, I don't think.
Not offensive, but I just don't like the for Ed.
Well, the goggles are there at least. It's not. Yeah.
It's the shaved hair.
The shaved hair, the side hair. That's Sombra. Yeah. So that's like kind of like that cosplay thing.
It was.
Yeah.
I wish it was full.
Yeah, like a full head of hair. Yeah.
Because there are skins of Sombra that she has full hair. So it's like, why couldn't they do that here?
Right. And then we have a jet right here. Right.
Man, he looks okay.
He looks alright. Yeah. Obviously, like you know, there is that, you know, so like the expectations versus reality thing going on with the animated short or opening versus the in-game models.
Yeah.
I think McCree's part translated the poorest, and then the rest of them are okay, I would say. But I think the real other issue, though, I imagine, is the pricing.
Yep.
So let me see. Let me just see the rest of the video. I do have it on mute though, because it's like blasting music, so we're definitely gonna get claimed.
It is blasting the theme of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
so for everyone right now, just hum the tune. Right
yes. Now. There's Ein. I mean,
which is a free legendary skin.
Yeah.
Hilarious that Ayn is the free one.
Right. The dog, you know, the corgi,
Doge.
the doge. Yeah, I think everyone else looks fine. I think Spike could have looked better for sure. They could have definitely done something different for him. But the glove, the mechanical hand, man, it is definitely off-putting. Why is it like pure white? Like, what the fuck? Why couldn't it like kind of be like, you know, kind of dirty, you know, to represent that you know, Spike isn't like the richest dude, like he just kind of get by, you know, that kind of thing. That shit looks way too clean, and it's just like it's not really referring.
You know what the arm should have been? It should have been, oh fuck, what were they called? The bounty, the two bounty announcers, the guy and the girl.
Oh,
That should have been. It should have been like they're sponsoring him.
Oh yeah.
That should have been like that. Like,
Oh, okay.
to take our minds off of, or our eyes off of the pure white, it should have been like that theme of that show.
Yeah. Yes. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's so funny. Like the Ayn thing is the only thing that's Ayn is Hammond himself, and then like the rest of the robot thing is just kind of like a throwaway. Like you just kind of just ignore it, you know.
I mean, I see the Ed's laughing sticker.
Oh, the
Why
stickers,
couldn't that be-
yes.
Why
Yeah.
couldn't that be the whole damn ball? Just the smiling.
You're right. Maybe they did try it. It didn't work out. I mean, that's why they just
It
put.
looked ugly.
Yeah, they probably resorted to just stickers slapped onto a robot instead, or they just didn't have enough time, you know. And then Bob here is, I guess, yeah, the phase ship, right? Yeah. Jet looks okay. It's just, yeah, it looks like, yeah, that looks like somebody cosplaying Jet.
I think it's Jet.
Yeah.
And see, I told my friends like, why couldn't Jet be Doomfist? Then my mind immediately went back to that fucking episode of Cowboy Bebop live action. I was like, maybe that's why. I'm so sorry that I brought that back up.
Who's the character in the costume? Whatever.
Mauga. He's the newest. He's like
The bluest tank, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Samoan tank.
Yeah. Mauga, huh? Okay.
Or Mauga.
Mauga, yeah.
Mauga.
Yeah, I would say Faye and Jet came out the cleanest out of this whole thing, whereas Spike has some weird shit going on. Sombra was like, kind of mixed, and then Ayn is just super like middle of the road, you know. I would say. But yeah, so of course with Spike, right? You know, he's the main character, so you kind of want to get him right, but yeah, it's just kind of weird to see him without the hat, you know, when in the animated short he had the hat on. So that could have been like, see, that's where I could have been like, yeah, that's McCree cosplaying as Spike, but now it just looks like this just kind of looks like a mid version of Spike with a robot hand that's super white for some reason. I don't know. It's a peculiar situation, I guess. Yeah, it's the collab, of course, is already happening, but yeah. Let me see other shot.
That the Faye one looks really nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those Faye and Jet came out the cleanest.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Okay, see here, it's weird. He looks fine here.
I think this is a different a different model.
red,
like this is a high res model, and then the you know, in the trailer, that's an in-game model, so that's why it's coming out not as great. And then there's Ed right there, same pose and everything. Yeah, you know, I'm not like hating it, but I'm not loving it either. And then I just
I don't like it.
yeah. Is this background included in the thing? Like, is this or is this just only exclusive here? I wonder.
I mean, the background looks like it's taken from the I forgot what map that was. It's the one you're on the moon.
Oh, okay. So it's just okay. Maybe it's just on that moon. Okay. I thought this was actually like a different like exclusive background from Cowboy Bebop or something. I'm not too sure, but okay. Yeah, I like Faye. I like how she came out for a Overwatch costume. Jed, of course. But yeah, like you're saying here, he looks fine. He looks better for some reason, but yeah, I'm not sure why. Anyway. Is that it though? Okay, but let's talk about the pricing though. Let's take a look at
Drum roll, please, and hold on to your freaking wallets.
Okay, so oh god, okay, $25 per skin. Oh, you could get Helldivers 2 for less than the price of 2 of these skins. You could also buy mini whole ass games for less than 1 of these skins. Ugh, of course. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Ugh. Damn, Fade. Fade looks pretty good overall. But yeah, anyway.
What would actually be worth the price of $25? Which I brought it up like with a friend. If each skin had the OG
voice actors, yeah,
come in, voice them, and then I think will be worth the price. But here it's just like this.
Yeah. Okay, so you get the icon. What is that? Is that what's that thing? I mean, you get to change the gun or the gun or the pose, right? Are these the victory poses or whatever? Is that what it is? And then obviously that's a emote thing for Sombra, and then that's they give you a little trinket. Oh my, that's so lame. Like why is it not consistent across the board?
Across the board.
Yeah, so
I mean, I get it. You're helping Blizzard pay for the licensing to Sunrise, but still it's like that's it. The only one that looks like it's worth the $25 is fucking Spike, because look how much look how much shit he has,
right,
compared to like everyone else.
Remotely, yeah. See why? And then why you don't get the icon thing for FaZe? That's so weird. You would think you would think that they know that you want something like FaZe face as an icon, right? But what? That's so weird. But man, the Jet fans, if you want to get the Jet costume, you're kind of missing out, because you're like, all you get is a trinket and then the icon. That's it. No emote, no victory pose thing, nothing in comparison. And then somebody brought up the point: you can buy an entire Cowboy Bebop Blu-ray for $25.
Oh.
Wow. Man,
that's why earlier we brought up like Fortnite's bundles. Yeah, you get the skin, but depending on which bundle, you get like a lot of shit with that bundle. You get the pickaxe,
The glider.
weapon,
Mm-hmm.
the glider, and a weapon skin. So you kind of have some function because
Yeah.
that weapon skin is not only for that character. You can just slap it on, and any character essentially use it, including the pickaxe and the gliding.
And it's funny you brought that up because I bought the bundle of Cell and Frieza on Fortnite for 18,000 coins and that's like not even $18, I don't think.
Yeah.
So and not only that, you get the little backpack, you get the
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like some bundles give you like the pickaxe, the glider, the backpack, the weapon skin, and the skin itself.
Yeah, and not only that, like sometimes they slap in the 2 skins together and it's not even $25. Like that's like wow. And that's Dragon Ball Z shit, dude. Dragon Ball Z. I imagine the licensing on that is expensive, like mad expensive. But yes, I mean, well, and plus,
To which I'm still waiting for those skins to come back onto the Fortnite shop.
mm-hmm.
Like I missed yesterday's Fortnite skin when it had the General Kenobi bundle.
Oh damn.
For today, sorry, not sponsored, but I'm probably gonna buy one of those bundles. Today's bundle, 2 bundles I'm eyeing is either the Boba Fett bundle or the Han Solo and Leia bundle.
Oh,
But with the
okay.
Han Solo and Leia bundle, it comes with the Millennium Falcon and like blaster and something else.
Oh, wow.
And then Han Solo and Leia. While as Boba Fett, you get Boba Fett, Slave One, his I forgot the stick's name, and something else. So one is like I think one is 2,500 V-Bucks and the other one is 28 V-Bucks. So it's kind of like, which one do you side more? Which one do you want to say your money's worth?
Right.
The one with Boba Fett, or the one with like you pretty much got like 6 things for like the price of maybe like $20?
Yeah. Either way,
change.
Either way, this is a rip-off, man. And then you get more with Fortnite for sure. You get, or at least the same amount for less pricing in Fortnite. Like Jesus Christ.
I like how we're kind of bashing on like, yeah, this is expensive. When remember when we used to play fucking Apex Legend.
Ah, yeah.
The Final Fantasy VII collab shit was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It was, oh god.
And I'm sorry to say, they didn't even look that good.
No, I mean, at least they did the service of making Newcastle being Barrett. But my god, when they had Aerith with Horizon, oh my god, that looks so bad. That looks so rough.
It was like, I believe to do, to get the free, not a free for Apex, it costs $70 to try and do one loot box or something like that.
It was
like,
mad expensive. It was mad expensive no matter how you look at it. And then if you want to get everything, it was $300. If you want to be guaranteed everything. Whereas like when it comes to the heirloom stuff, if you want to be guaranteed all the heirloom stuff and whatever, it was $150. And everything else in that event, mini event or whatever. So, yeah, they really wanted to milk on that event. And unfortunately, they made some money out of it. So there are a bunch of suckers out there, I guess, still playing Apex, unfortunately.
I mean, it's like Apex is fun, but how it's handled with the balancing, the money monetization,
The live service is a joke. We talked about this, yeah.
Yeah, it's abysmal.
Yeah, it is definitely abysmal.
And it just does not feel good when you die.
No, the core, yeah, like you're saying, yeah, it's the core gameplay is fun, but holy shit, everything else around it is a mess.
Like we agreed. Like when we die in Apex, we're fucking mad.
It's like, oh my god.
When we die in Fortnite,
yeah.
when we die in Fortnite, it's like, okay, next,
Yeah,
next game.
It's like, all right, next game, yeah. Oh my god, and the queue times are like bad too in Apex, man.
Oh, I think there was that one Apex night that we did it with Seth. Didn't we wait like fucking 10 minutes to get into a game?
Something like that.
Like I remember Seth did like some Osu like songs while waiting, and he's like, "I'm on my like third song, and we're still not in game." I was like, "What?" Like, is that how long we've been in?
It gets pretty bad, man. Like there've been plenty of other nights where it takes too long, and then like there was a night where we were trying to play the new game mode, but no one was on that new game mode in Apex. So we're just like, well, shit, we can't try it out. That sucks. So we had to go back to the fucking same old fucking trios or whatever, and then proceeded to get our asses shot. You know. Go back to the lobby, wait those queue times, do it again, rinse and repeat, man. And not to mention like the cherry on top of that the whole Apex situation is that Todd somehow, I don't know what, was always jump master. Like 95% of the time, he was always jump master. I don't know what fucking black magic that he performed or whatever he did or witchcraft, but he was always fucking jump master, and it got to him like at some point. Like, yeah, he could have passed it to us, but the fact that he always got picked.
Always gets it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, yeah.
Which again, like with Fortnite, everyone jump master.
Yeah, you jump individually, which is fine. I mean, there's some convenience to have a jump master, but at the end of it, it's like, yeah, just jump with their teammates. I mean, you know. But yeah, that game, Apex, man, I've been off that game for a while, and I don't feel an ounce of anything from it. Like nothing. I'm happy playing Final Fantasy. I'm happy whenever I hop on to Fortnite, having a good time. And yeah, man, I've been continuing to get like cool shit too whenever I do play Fortnite. You know, I got that Cerberus skin, got the gold Cerberus stuff kind of recently, until, you know, I'm like, you know, trying to go ham on Final Fantasy. But yeah, that event will be around, or that season will be around for a while, so I'm not you know, panicking or anything like that. So yeah, anyway, that's it for Overwatch, and that is it on
Thank God.
yeah, that is it for that bit. So now we can go into movies, anime, streaming, and more. And this sound bit will be very appropriate. Because of course, Godzilla won the award for visual effects at the Oscars. Woo! Rejoice, Godzilla fans. Woo!
Rejoice!
Rejoice.
These comics.
I can't see.
Oh, because my feet's not there. Yay! Comics.
Yes. So yes, Godzilla won the award. But before that, the director Takashi Yamazaki brought his golden Godzilla along with him.
Just like he knew.
I love that. I didn't even notice. I love that he put the little tiny little bow tie thing. That's cute. Although I can imagine it falling now at some point. But anyway.
There's a picture of them, of all the
Godzillas.
the one that attended.
Oh, okay.
They wore like shoes, like based on like Godzilla's claw and stuff.
Oh,
I was like, I want that. I want those shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Where can I find it? But then
that sounds
it wouldn't
cool.
be special anymore.
Yeah. But meanwhile, we had the naked John Cena. For
I don't know who you're talking about. I only see a fucking.
oh yeah, you only see the card. Yeah, you only see the card. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, I have not seen the clip, so because I only paid attention to the Godzilla stuff.
Costumes. They are so important.
Oh, so was this during like the costume design award?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was to me was like, you know, that is a good fucking segue
Yeah.
to talk about costuming, because the costume department, there are some that are really well done, and then there's some you're like, a cosplayer can do better. Looking at you,
Costume designing, yes, absolutely, is a very important element in movies as much as you know other stuff. People, you know, a lot of things go underappreciated because, like, you know, you're just kind of watching it, you're enjoying whatever's in front of you, but you never, like, you know, a lot of people don't really take the time to sort of like think about how those costumes are made or how the sound effects are made, blah blah blah. Don't want to get into that too much, but yes, costumes are definitely important. So and definitely during like superhero stuff, man, that's very important. The costume makes the man in those sort of genres. Let's see. So next tab right here. Yes, so there is the picture. Look at it, yeah, and then they brought all the little dolls, the figures, right?
Which I highly bet you that, except for the Golden Godzilla, the other figures and statues of Godzilla, you can find it at the Godzilla Hotel store.
Oh yeah. And then there's a picture of the crew, the Godzilla crew, and Christopher Nolan. So that's really cool. And next one.
And Christopher Nolan won a lot. Well, his movie won a lot for the category.
Oppenheimer. Yes, I imagine. Yes, I believe it did win a lot of awards. But let me try to bring up the segments of the actual award. Let me see.
And I'll just talk over. I am glad that fucking Robert Downey Jr. finally got a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, I heard about that, kind of. So let me just like skip some stuff to, oh my god, yeah, that part too. That's fucking great.
I now want to see a fucking old ass Bruce Wayne / Batman fighting these two.
Yeah.
Again.
old Mr.
I want to
Freeze.
see it.
Yep.
Fucking Penguin. You know, I think Danny DeVito would be like, let me wear Penguin. Let me be Penguin again.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold.
There he is. He's right here. He's right here. Look. You have a lot of nerve to show your face.
Son of a bitch.
He just went into character like so quickly. Like,
I'm gonna see you after the governor's ball.
You can tell DeVito had different words to say, you know, for Batman.
he still got the scowl, even without the mask.
Yeah. So
also, this is also a throwback for both of them because they were in Twins.
Twins, yes. Yep. The pair being once again reunited for the awards. So, and I was about to say, what better way, right, to present the award for visual effects with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah, Danny DeVito, and then you even have the little cameo of Michael Keaton, you know, for the Batman segment, little Batman segment. Oh my god! And then you have Godzilla win the award, man. Let me see. Let's get to the actual thing, the moment. Okay, I'm like losing it. Let me see.
That's it. Eddie, you're up. And the Oscar goes to. Here you go. This is Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yep. You'll never like this isn't what opportunity.
This is like a dream. Like you would never hear.
It's like
Arnold
a fever
say
dream.
Godzilla.
It's a fever dream. Like you have so much going on, and then you have Godzilla win it on top of that. It's like what the fuck, man. Damn.
This is the first Oscar win and nomination for the visual effects team from Godzilla -1.
Oh, I like that they had like the trophies for each like person too. It's not just one.
The trophies, and if you can hear, it's playing the
Yes, the theme.
Godzilla's theme.
Cherry on top. Cherry on top.
Also, for everyone again in Japanese culture, when they were doing the acceptance speech, they were saying it in English
Mm-hmm.
because they did not have a translator.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, damn, they were prepared.
Yeah. How long is this part? Okay.
But I read that a teleprompter was ushering them to hurry the hell up
Ugh.
because they were taking too long. And I was like, they're speaking in not their native language.
Mm-hmm.
Calm your horses.
Yeah.
Well, and then someone like brought up like, so I think this was like maybe 3 minutes because they're trying to say pronounce and say the words.
Right.
I was like, wow, this acceptance speech is pretty good. That they're saying this in English and whatnot.
Very wholesome.
Well done.
Yeah.
Why are you rushing them when you have Oppenheimer? I forget which one it was, but it was like a full, close to 7 minutes, and you didn't rush them out. Like someone brought up, was Jeff Keighley on the prompter again?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'll steal all the Godzilla statues except for the gold one. I'll be like, no, you stay with your dad.
It's kind of like my
you others, you come with
honest-
me. We're going.
my honest feelings about gold colored stuff in general.
Yeah, see, again, like let them show that they took their time.
Yeah, they're playing the music. Oh my god.
And right there, that's the you could say the grandfather or Godzilla. He was the one that fucking filmed it.
Yep. Yep. So that was a big moment, right, for Godzilla, man. Won the award finally, some sort of Oscar. So.
And what's more funny is like, remember all the naysayers again saying that -1. Why would you watch it? Why would you want to, read a movie instead of just watching it? It's like, apparently you guys forgot about that other South Korea movie, that came out a few years ago and kind of swept, the Oscars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parasite or something, right? To that
I think it was
nature.
Parasite.
Yeah.
Not the Japanese anime / live action manga Parasite.
But different, yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone again on that movie was like, this is stupid. I don't like reading. And then all of a sudden it won so many awards and it's like,
Well, didn't that win like best picture of that year?
Yeah,
like,
best picture and stuff. And then all of a sudden there's a US remake of it. It's like, yeah. Sit down, you nation.
Yeah, I remember people kind of going wild about that. Like, damn, a foreign film won Best Picture and in the American side of the Oscars. Like, yeah, man, that happened.
It's like history repeating itself.
Yeah, it's this whole
it's
this weird thing about Asians in Hollywood. Like, there's a whole weird history about it way back when. But sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say like it's like, you know, nature's healing.
In a way, yeah. Del Toro definitely had a comment about, you know, Godzilla winning. You know, Oscar winner Godzilla. I feel so moved. You know, very short but brief, telling
Because
tweet.
he loves monster movies.
He loves the monsters. He loves monsters in
He
general.
lives in it. That's why I think one day I kind of want to see him do an homage to Ultraman, because he loves fucking Ultraman.
Yes.
I really want to see how he will do that.
Hence why Pacific Rim happened in the first place, because I believe Del Toro was working on that at some point at least. And I mean, I threw this in here with Miyazaki because Born Heron,
because he won
best animated film. Yes, he won that.
To which, yeah, because he was going because Across the Spider-Verse was part of that, and you know, sorry, it lost to Miyazaki, and that was pretty much how I think Miyazaki did. He's like Miyazaki sensei, you know, like the presenting the trophy, you won. Just goes back to sleep.
Yep.
And there was like someone made a meme going like, man goes to retire.
I think I have
unretires, makes his last film, retires again. Oh, there it is.
Yes. Read the thing.
Comes out of retirement, makes his last film, becomes critically acclaimed, decides to not retire again, wins best animated film, doesn't even fucking show up, refuse to elaborate, and the last point should be profit.
Yeah. He's kind of a Chad. Yeah, he's kind of a Chad when it comes to that industry, you know, for animated stuff.
I think like Miyazaki, when he says he's retiring, that means he's drafting like the next movie.
Yeah, I feel like that's how he is, man. He wants to make the next thing. Can't help it.
To which, okay, I understand some people say that Into the Spider-Verse should have won because, you know, how it played out.
Yeah.
And you know, like how we were saying, like you can just pause into Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and
make a wallpaper.
Yeah, those wallpapers are nice, but when you look at it as a whole, like a whole movie, the art style is everywhere. Like your mind is trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Of what it's seeing. Whereas Miyazaki, it's all still fucking hand drawn. It's still one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few like here and there for like CGI. It's like use so little bit, you barely know it's there.
Right.
So that's why me and my friend agreed. Is like, okay, Sony, your animation studios, how long have you been here? You know, in playing this game. Here, oh, you've been here for X amount of years. Hey, Miyazaki, how long? Oh yeah, he fucking been here since the dawn of time. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get there, Sony. Animated studios, but.
And then I just brought this random tweet here from Dan Whitehead, kind of interesting name. This guy didn't win the Oscar until he was 70 years old and started in 38 movies, never stopped following his dreams. It's so funny.
Yep.
Oh man, it did take him.
It's funny, like this shot of Godzilla looks like he's smiling, like yeah I won.
It's almost like this is what Godzilla would be like if he was a a YouTuber. You know, like those YouTubers that do like the typical thumbnail face with the Pog Champ or whatever you want to call it, like that surprise face. That's what Godzilla would look like in a YouTube video thumbnail. But yes,
and to all the naysayers about the upcoming Legendary, which is in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Godzilla and Kong, New Empire. The director and visual effects team of -1 saw the upcoming movie, and they said they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fucking telling you something.
Yeah.
And, because again, like what I like about the Legendary films, they do their homework. Like they like someone in that crew grabbed like the Showa era, the Heisei era, and just said to the rest of the crew, watch all these movies first, then we'll talk about storyboarding.
Yeah. I definitely feel right now with the Legendary Godzilla, it's kind of like it's the Showa era for this time, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's Showa Godzilla in this time because they're having fun with this one. They're going all out. So this Godzilla kind of like goes to the extremes, like, you know, running and all this crazy shit, you know. Whereas,
well, as -1 is, would you say Millennium or Heisei?
Millennium, but also going back to like the first 1954, you know, roots as well. Because, you know, he's evil Godzilla. This is the evil Godzilla.
I mean, when he's not, well, when we're okay, sorry guys, spoilers if you didn't watch this freaking movie. When we first see Godzilla, he was just curious.
Yeah,
they didn't need to shoot at him. They could have just like scare him with noise.
To be fair, yes, he
but again,
was just,
it's human nature. We're gonna attack first.
Yes.
And so, but again, just seeing in this movie explaining that this Godzilla, well, -1, is just a walking, you know, destruction, you know, being of destruction.
Yes.
You know, it's unbiased. You're in its way. It's gonna fucking move you.
You will be moved one way or the other. That's the stuff that I do really like about Godzilla, like that version anyway. I mean, in comparison to, like, you know, like the more like anti-hero Godzilla or like just full-on good guy Godzilla type of stuff. I mean, I think a bit of everything is good, you know. So that's why I like the Legendary Godzilla kind of taking that route, just like having fun with it, you know, having a, you know, the fact that he's teaming up with Kong, right? Legendary Kong, that of itself is pretty extreme.
Again, it harpers back to, you know, Showa and Heisei period Godzilla.
Yes,
because Godzilla did team up with like rivals, now friends.
Yes. Yeah, even Heisei, he teamed up with Mogera or whatever to fight Space Godzilla, you know. And then I think that was the only incident of alliance, from what I can remember, when it comes to Heisei. Yeah, because I don't think he really teamed up with anyone else, right? Yeah, it's just Mogera. That's actually pretty interesting. It's not Mothra. It's not, you know, there's no Rodan. Oh no, actually, kinda like in Mechagodzilla, but not a direct team up. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think of. There's no Anguirus, unfortunately, but you know, during the Heisei.
I think that creature is fucking white. For the, I want to say, for the Toho side, everyone loves Anguirus, but when they try to translate it to Legendary, it's like, where Here's 10 gears, right there. That's just a pile of bones. Yeah, right there.
Ugh.
Right there.
Oh man.
It's like, well, why you do him so dirty?
Mm. Sorry,
He's
man.
a good boy.
Yeah.
He's like, we know. He's like, we know.
It's funny. I watched Godzilla Raids again recently, and man, that has not aged well. That one did
I
not
don't
age
think
well.
any of the Show era, like depending on the movie, aged well. 'Cause you can see like going like, damn.
I would say the quote unquote worst or one of the worst is Godzilla Raids Again, because all the stuff you liked about Godzilla, at least from the first film anyway, is like almost gone, because they didn't do the low angles, the slow motion shots, no sense of like menace from Godzilla, you know. It was just like just two people like just going like this.
I know.
Like half the movie. Oh my god, my head.
I know. I was like, you okay? You spazzing out, sir?
That's what it looked like, though. It's just spazzing out.
I think now that I think about it, like if you would to just grab a Godzilla movie from Toho and just play it from either the Millennium, Heisei, or Showa, the one that would actually like age well to me is Godzilla
84?
85? Yeah, 84.
Really?
I think that one still aged well, like
interesting.
except for like the dubbing. The dubbing.
Oh, the dubbing was yeah. But
It's like it's like
I can't say I agree with that though, because the close up on the face, the animatronics, the eyes anyway, the eyes were very I say the eyes did not age well. The what do you call the mouth and stuff like that, that was like
I think it's like the far shots looks beautiful, but once you get to like close up,
yeah, the close-ups were like a little daunting.
You're just going like,
yeah, it's a little daunting for sure. But I say like, yes, the 84 like camera shots were really like, it was like well, not revolutionary, but it definitely like set the tone, I guess you can say, for Heisei. It definitely set the tone, because there's some really cool shots in that movie. I also watched that kind of recently, but a little while back. So yeah, I mean, I want us to gush on Godzilla too much, but I can't help it, man. It's Godzilla.
too late.
Too late. What was the I put a thing of the list of winners. I wanted to talk about the winners at least for the Academy Awards. Was it this one? Oh, it was this one. Okay. So yeah, and there's a picture of Robert Downey Jr. So there you go. Yep. So best picture, obviously Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah, Oppenheimer. If no one watched that movie yet, fucking watch it. It's fucking beautiful.
I'll definitely give it a watch, because it's a prequel.
Again,
it's a prequel to -1, right? No, I'm kidding.
No, it's a prequel to fucking Legendaries.
Godzilla, yeah. No, it's the 98 one.
You can go out the store right now. Bring that shit up again.
Yeah, he's an iguana that eats fish, right? That doesn't breathe fire. I mean, you know,
that's a lot of fish.
Yeah, that's a lot of fish.
But again, Oppenheimer winning is because it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Yeah,
I love his directing and his visual cues.
Yes.
And again, there we go.
Yeah, best director. Best actor, or best actor in the leading role, Cecilia Murphy for Oppenheimer. Yes, of course. Actress leading the leading role, Emma Stone in Poor Things. Actor in a supporting role, Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer. There you go.
Which is fucking finally again.
Right. God, it's so funny that a fucking Barbie made it into here, man. Movies like Barbie made it into here.
I mean, Barbie is like a really good movie.
Was it a good movie?
It's just that
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like,
Okay.
like it's not like the commercials don't do it justice.
Mhm,
They try to
mhm.
make it like fucking
Oh, like that
fun,
silly,
so-
like that silly movie. Yeah.
yeah, no. There's actually like you learn a little history of
Okay.
like how Barbie started.
Oh, okay, okay. Actress in a supporting role, Devine or Divine Joy Randolph, in The Holdovers. Writing, American Fiction, won that one for or adapted screenplay. And then original screenplay is Anatomy of a Fall. Cinematography is Oppenheimer, of course.
Why does the Anatomy of a Fall sound like a fucking Kojima like
Oh,
title?
yeah, it does.
It's like a game title, like, and it's supposed to tie into Metal Gear, and it's like it doesn't say Metal Gear, it's just Metal Gear Solid. It just
Right,
says
right.
Anatomy of the Fall, and then it's like close to the end of that game, you see Big Boss. It's like, wait, this was a Metal Gear game? It's like, yes, it was.
That actually be pretty cool if that pans out like that, kind of. It will, but you know, we have to see it in full practice. But anyway, yeah. Cinematography, obviously Oppenheimer, right? Animated feature film, as we kind of talked about, The Boy and the Herring, right? Who were the other ones? So Elemental, Nimona, Robot Dreams, and then Spider-Man. Okay. Music, original score, Oppenheimer. Wow, Indiana Jones was in this? Okay. Wow. Okay. Music or original song. What Was I Made For by Barbie. I heard about that. Yeah, won that one. Production design, Poor Things, won that one. Best film editing, Oppenheimer.
Because there's a lot of good shots in that.
Mm-hmm. Documentary feature film, 20 Days in Mariupol. Sorry for butchering that. But yeah, anyway, I won that one. Best documentary short film, The Last Repair Shop. International feature film, The Zone of Interest. Makeup and styling, or hairstyling, excuse me, Poor Things. Visual effects, Godzilla -1. Woo!
I'm kind of sad that Guardians didn't win, but then when you think of it, Godzilla had a lot of shit done in the right way to show like, yeah. But then people brought up like, how could like Guardians lose to Godzilla when they had more budget? And it's like, the budget doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's how you use it. So
it's how you use it, and also, hey, kids and people who are kind of like don't know the know-how in Japanese work culture. They were actually struggling making this damn movie.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you think Disney Marvel, or those studios they hire to do the VFX on their Marvel products are struggling, no. Japan actually beats them.
Yeah, in the struggle game, yeah. That's kind of why like a lot of Japanese movies with those CGI effects are a little rough. That's kind of why, right? Like that it kind of provides a clue, you know, as to why that happens.
Provides a clue, and it shows that they actually semi-practice the crunch culture.
Yeah, they kind of like they're kind of used to it, I hate to say. So it's like
they're used to it.
Yeah.
That's why like those jarring CGI stuff works for like, you know, tokusatsu movies, because you know it's supposed to be fast-paced, get out of the damn way. This movie's made for kids.
Right. Yeah. Now, yes, and it also was competing with The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Mission Impossible too. Like damn, and then Napoleon. Like damn, you know. I'm pretty sure all those movies had like a lot of money, but it's how you use it.
And I do know that majority of the budget for Mission Impossible was on the stunts.
The stunts, yes.
that Tom Cruise does himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, they probably
Yes.
put a lot of insurance on his ass.
Yes. Yeah, and then the entirety of -1 was less than 15 million. It was actually 11 million apparently. So it's like it's really damning of, of how movies can be made and stuff like that. And it really goes to show, like, like, imagine if they were given way more money. Could you imagine like how much better it could have looked? Or maybe not, I don't know, right? Who knows?
Maybe not. It's a 50-50, but I also want to know, like, how more practical effects would they have in -1 if they had the bigger budget?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because I know we saw practical props for
Yes.
that movie.
Yes.
Like the homes, the state of homes.
Yeah, it's the background stuff. Yes.
The fighter plane and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet you that fighter plane that they showed in that garage was like from someone's like collection.
Yeah, or from a museum or something, maybe.
They borrowed like for like 3 hours, and it's like, okay, put it back in
the put it back in the
back
hangar.
in the vault.
Yeah, put it back in the hangar or vault. Yeah. But anyways, yes. So costume designing. Poor Things won that one. Animated short film War Is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. Won that one. Best live action short film that went to The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. And then for sound, I think that's the last one. For sound is The Zone of Interest, winning that one. So, yep, that is the winners. Those are the winners for this Academy Awards. But yeah, I'm just go on and say, man, I'm so happy that Godzilla won it. So, and again, like, what better way, right, to have, than to have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito with the cameo of Michael Keaton, right? And then have Arnold saying Godzilla, like, it's Godzilla -1. It's so, it's great. It's great. Even Danny, like, kind of knew, like, so he's just like, he just like, take it away, like, because he knows, Arnold saying it was better. It's better for Arnold to say Godzilla because it's so it's more iconic. The accent, man. Gotta love it. So
Danny DeVito one was like that ultimate bro going like, say it, or that Simpson, say the line, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. All right. So these parts, yeah. So we got a release date or release window for Dragon Ball Daima, right? Pretty much like the last anime project or major anime project for from Toriyama. Coming into fall of 2024. And I believe somewhere in here there was a thread or something. Oh, and then Toonami was to honor Toriyama by having a marathon of Dragon Ball Z Kai, which that of itself got some controversy a little bit because there's some like argument going on. It's kind of like Console Wars, but with the dubbing between the OG like English dubbing from Funimation, and then you have the Dragon Ball Kai English dubbing, because there's obviously different voicing going on, different people going on, different times, right? Different era.
I don't know, like, okay, both sides are good, but for us, we grew up with the
OG, of course. Yeah, Funimation, right?
We grew up with that, and then Kai was brought in to kind of like cut out the fillers.
Yes, to cater more towards the manga, right?
Yeah.
Storyline or flow, let's just say. Whereas, yeah, the original, you know, Dragon Ball Z storyline had a lot of filler, you know, a lot of it, along with the, you know, the English dubbing and stuff like that. That was very different. And then not to mention, right, you have Bruce Faulkner composing the music for the dubbing side of things, whereas Kai, I'm pretty sure they had used the composer of Kai at the time, like the original composer of Kai. I think it was Kenji something, I forget his name, but then they actually booted him out because he was ousted for plagiarism. I think it was. He was accused of plagiarism, and then he just walked away, I guess, or they booted him out, and then they got a different composer after that for the rest of Kai, I think. And by the way, that same composer that got ousted did also Metroid Prime stuff, Dragon Ball Budokai stuff, a number of things. And you kind of start to understand why he was accused of that, because when you listen to the music and then have a comparison, yeah, okay, kind of see where that's going. Anyways, back on the track. I think like for me, I mean, I'm not that huge a fan of English dubbing for me to go that far to be like, oh my god, this is whatever, right? Like, I'm more of a Japanese audio kind of guy, original dubbing or Japanese dubbing kind of guy. So I'm definitely not part of this argument. I would say though, both have their pluses, right? I mean, obviously, right? For nostalgia's sake, definitely with OG, right? With Funimation. But then Kai is like more towards the manga stuff. It's more true to the story of Dragon Ball, right? Or Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z is the anime version of a certain half of Dragon Ball. Because Dragon Ball is the true name, technically, right? It's not Dragon Ball Z, but it got so popular that they just kind of let it fly, you know? But Kai was intended to be following the lines of more of the manga story flow. And then, of course, you have different people dubbing, right, including Gohan's voice changing and all that stuff. Gohan's has the same voice from Luffy in the English One Piece. So obviously there is going to be some heads butting, right, arguing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on, man, this is just to honor Toriyama. Like, why are people like getting worked up about this, you know? And if anything, right, this is more towards Toriyama's work because it's actually in line with the manga in the first place. So if anything, for those who are arguing for the OG dubbing, I mean, I hate to put it like this, but it's a little less respectful because, you know, because the quote unquote, I mean, I'm sure there's a different word for it, but you know, because it's filled with filler and all that stuff, it's not one-to-one the same, whereas Kai is supposed to be one-to-one with the manga. That's why you have all that stuff cut out, right? You're not gonna see the filler episodes. You're not gonna see all the, you know, all the powering up and all the extra little bits and pieces here and there. Even with, of course, that when you remember the scene with the Namex, right? They were playing golf with the humans, right? That was anime. That's anime filler, right? When they were staying on planet Earth for a little bit.
Yeah, for a bit till they got a new home.
That's
why, like, when you look at Kai and Z, Kai pretty much followed the footsteps of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
And then you can also bring up that Dragon Ball Z is the joke that Gintama made of how anime and manga sometimes
deviate,
diverge
yes,
from each other.
Yes. because it is true. Yeah, because that's what happens. It's funny because it says Saturday night from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So it's kind of like that true. It's almost like sticking to that like that time window that people actually watched, you know, back in the day, almost. You know, and again, may he rest in Super Saiyan power. Yeah, so you know. There was also one couple other bits I wanted to bring up. Let me see. I think this is where we left off. Yes. So this is very telling, very, very interesting. So this is involving with the actor who played Goku way back during the Dragon Ball Evolution movie, right? The live action, the cursed live action movie from 2009. Yeah. You know, as an attempt to do a live action Dragon Ball. The actor, Justin Chatwin, according to IGN anyway, said, sorry we messed up that adaptation so badly. So, you know, it really,
again,
yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Writer.
Yes.
And what's more sad is that the actor that played Goku, I mean not Goku,
Piccolo, yes,
was already a fan.
Yes.
And the way and he was pissed off at what they were going to turn Piccolo into.
Yeah, I heard about that story. Yes.
So just imagine everyone, Piccolo wasn't going to be green.
Yeah.
He was going to be fucking gray.
Oh, man, yeah.
And I'm like, did they just saw the manga and just go like, okay, that's his color? No. What? Are you high?
I think a lot of it just thought, you know, like the people at the studio or whatever, just thought a lot of these elements in Dragon Ball wouldn't translate onto film, which is why they would probably had Piccolo be gray instead of green, because they thought green was just like a goofy color, like it's something you see in the 90s. But it's like, well, no shit, this is from the 80s, right? What do you expect from adapting this to film, right? There's so much. And so what's the point of live action if you're gonna be worried about all these elements, right, in the first place? That's what there's so many problems with that whole curse about live action anime, and also and of course video games at the time too, right? This is definitely during a time when live action adaptations of whatever, right, didn't quite land as well. Even comics, I think, back in the day. But anyways, yes, he apologized on in the light of, you know, Toriyama's passing, because yeah, you know, Toriyama I think like got headlines for like a lot of the big news places too. So that's kind of like telling you how big he was at the end of the day. So I didn't even know about that. So there's that. And then, I wanted to show this video clip of Nozawa-san.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just fly away
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Yeah. This is a recent clip of her too, and she's still hitting it, man. Like, she's just doing the fucking line like live like that, like just like that, and she's like almost 90. Like, Jesus Christ, man. She is quite the beast in the voice acting industry. Because most like old people around her age would be like not doing that stuff. I'm done. Yeah, like retired. But
nope, she eating this shit up.
She's just, yeah. She's literally just sound like no editing required. Like you literally pull that and then put that into like an episode, and it worked. You know, that's how legendary she is, man. So I thought I'd put that in there because it was such a cool clip, you know. And this is you know, having Dragon Ball Daima in the background, so you can definitely see how recent it was. And not to mention, look at the jacket. Like, come on, man, that's so cool. I love the font and everything. I kind of want that jacket almost.
So somebody probably was trying to steal that.
I know.
That somebody is me.
Right. Hey man, it's a pretty fire jacket. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want that nice jacket, man.
I'll be like, Zao-san,
Yeah.
Like, oh, you see the jacket? You just see me fucking running.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's pretty nice to see her being lively still. Okay, so last one, I believe, is just a thread. Yes. Yeah. So it's just a thread of, like, you know, facts about Toriyama. Like, his favorite character was Piccolo, first off. And then...
What a coincidence.
Right?
That's my favorite character.
Mm-hmm. He faced many rejections in start, but Dr. Slump was his first successful project in 1980, and he was involved in multiple projects after that. So yeah, you can kind of thank Dr. Slump for being that first stepping stone, right? If it wasn't for Dr. Slump, we wouldn't have had Dragon Ball, in a way. His favorite new gen anime / manga was Black Clover, surprisingly, but oh well, I mean, it is interesting though. Let me see. I really like what I saw in Black Clover. The author has a great sense of impact, and the protagonist is very charismatic. And that's yeah, and that's the artist drawing Super Saiyan Goku. You can definitely tell with the eyes, right? For sure. Toriyama made Super Saiyan like that to save time and ink. So when you look at Goku with the hair, it's like white, you know? It's funny. It's funny.
And then, again, it's like, because at the time, you know, he did say he took shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like good shortcuts, because how do you, you know, draw that this is supposed to be golden or, you know, like light?
Yeah.
Just that.
Even though there have been moments where Toriyama sounded lazy, but overall he was a very hardworking and dedicated person to his work. Oh, I definitely believe it. Toriyama was a video game designer for Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger, right? He never planned to become a shonen battle manga writer. Toriyama initially planned to being a gag manga artist, and that is visible in his comedic dialogues and humor. His editor is the one who suggested him to write battle mangas. Again, you know, another piece of how Dragon Ball came to be. He started writing manga for money in the start and almost about to quit before his success. Only reason Toriyama kept drawing manga was because he was stubborn, and after his first attempts were considered flops, his pride wouldn't let him quit after that initial failure. Toriyama loved collecting cars and bikes. His love for automobiles was visible in his work.
Yep.
That's yeah, definitely see why you see it a lot in his like chapter covers and such. Toriyama was a big Jackie Chan fan, and Jackie Chan was also loved Dragon Ball. That's really funny, right? Actually pretty cool to see these shots, right, of them together like that. And then Toriyama also loved love to take names, inspiration of characters from daily life things like fruits, vegetables, drinks, food items, and random things. Yeah, you can definitely see that. For example, Deborah was from Acadabra, used in magic shows. And then, of course, you see this whole big ass chart of like all the sayings being after vegetables, because Saiyajin is a pun for Yasai, which is Yasai is vegetable in Japanese. So take the letters, reverse them, and then Saiyajin. So you see all the names and whatever right after being vegetables, because that's how it was intended to be. Goku being Kakarot, being carrot, for example. Vegeta being vegetable. All that stuff.
Same thing with the gods of destruction. Their names are actually
Alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, and the angels.
Mm-hmm.
Wisu is
Whis is whiskey. Beerus is beer. Yeah. Yes.
Champa is champagne.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so
yeah, you can see here.
Yep.
That's really funny.
To which my dumbass friend was like, he was like, these gods of destruction and angels are named after drinks and stuff. So he looks over at me, he's like, so which one would you drink? I was like, what? It's like, what do you mean? Would you drink beers?
Mm-hmm.
Liquor? Champa? I was like, oh my god, are you trying to ask a gay question right now? It was like
sour. There's sour.
Yeah, I was like, so I'll pound down, chug down sour, drink that whole bottle myself. And they're like, ooh, you nasty.
Yep.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, and
then this stuff too, like there's a lot of name puns in this show, or this series, I should say.
I do like Mr. Popo's. I just name because it's something
comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Popo is like, the only name that doesn't really come from anything. It's just a name that he liked. And then Bubbles is Michael Jackson's pet chimpanzee. I remember that.
I do like Yajirobe is the bouncing toy, but then it's like, when you think about it, Yajirobe was that little balance. Like, he was normal, but he was fucking strong
at the time. Yes,
right?
Yeah, in his own right. Yes.
Because remember, kids, Yajirobe in one swipe cut off, was it Gohan's tail when he was like full 8?
I think it was Vegeta. It was Vegeta's tail. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and he just did it in one swipe, and he just fucking like, my work here is done. Goodbye. He's like,
yeah, he is.
It's like, actually, it's like Yajirobe, you just actually saved the entire.
He is pretty strong. Yeah, he is pretty strong, but he is a kind of a coward. So yeah, can't really see his potential there. And of course, Satan and Videl are named after sort of devil stuff. Launch is lunch. Frieza, freezer. Yeah, that's why.
They don't have cooler.
Cooler. Yeah, cooler is supposed to be the AC, because that's what they say in Japan. Piccolo, instruments. I wonder where nail came from, though. Right.
From
yeah, because
he looked at the floor and he saw a nail.
Maybe. Well, because
like that.
Well, because the Namex, I think, are supposed. Well, I guess some Namex are supposed to be okay, I'm stupid. So nail is come from snail, because like Namex are supposed to be from snails, like they're modeled after snails and slugs. That's why you have Lord Slug. That's why you have and then Dende is also a name for a slug or a snail. And then Piccolo, although it's weird because Piccolo's the only musical instrument, but Piccolo during Dragon Ball, right? Like, with Kid Goku and everything, named his demons after instruments. So I guess kind of where that comes from. Okay, yeah, because you have tambourine, you have a drum, you had a piano, I think. Oh god, who was the old one that looked like a pterodactyl? He was like always by his side. Oh man, I forget his name. But you remember what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, all right. It's there, but you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's hidden behind a vault that I can't access anymore because I forgot the keys.
Yes. Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, that's his naming conventions for you. After his suggestions were rejected in Dragon Ball Evolution, Toriyama decided to revive the series with Battle of the Gods. So, won many awards like the Chevalier, the Order, this Artist, this Letters. I'm just gonna butcher that real quick, by the French government. But he was a very private person, so Akio Ioku received a medal for him. Toriyama was so passionate about his work that despite being ill, he was constantly working on projects like Daima and Sandland. And in his final comments from December 2023, he says, "Finally, I would like to support everyone who has supported me so far. I'm not sure how much more I can do, as I'm not very confident about my health, probably due to my lifestyle when I was younger, but I will try my best to create more interesting pieces of work, so please continue to support me." So, and it turns out that Toriyama actually had brain cancer by the end of it. So that explains the bleeding that he had. That pretty much was the final nail in the coffin. So, but again, he definitely left a very, very big legacy for us to forever love and cherish. And Dragon Ball will definitely continue on, if not all the other works. Like, you know, as Dennis mentioned, you know, Sandland's coming out. I'm pretty sure Chrono Trigger will definitely have something being cooked at some point. And then more Dragon Ball. Whether it's Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, we got Sparking coming in, right? They just announced some of the characters for that game. You know, it's still going on, man. So, more movies. Daima's coming out in fall. So, it's definitely going to continue. But anyways, yeah, thank you again, Toriyama, for all the hard work and what you left for us in his lifetime. So, well, and then on that, for this episode of the Hypecast, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. I think this is next week will be our last episode until we take a break, right, for March. Yeah, because you have your thing coming up. So we'll take a break after that. But yeah, meanwhile, next week we'll be back here and talk about some stuff, hopefully. So maybe we'll talk about more Final Fantasy or something a little bit more. Hey man, I'm trying to play the game, man, as much as I can. I've been playing like 2 to 3 hours at a time because yeah, that's all I got per day. But anyway, I'll try to keep up with it, and then yeah, so but yeah, next week you'll see us once again. So until then, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Get the shit in now.